All right, people aren't typing MAGA. I gotta try to get that person up. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
27.
Are you voting for Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, mostly because the Democratic nominee isn't even their nominee. That'd be the first reason.
Dude, why as a Republican first of all, do you care? Second of all, you understand that we vote for delegates, right? And most of the party wants Kamala Harris. They vote based on what most of the party wants.
Yeah.
So you just don't know how our party process works at all.
I'm not a Republican. I'm a libertarian.
So why as a libertarian do you care about how our party process works as Democrats?
So I don't, but
okay.
It's just ironic that the people that, and this is just the first thing, the people that are so afraid of democracy dying are putting up a candidate that literally nobody voted on.
We did. We voted for Biden-Harris, which if Biden steps...
No. You voted for Biden-Harris. Don't try that.
I just said that. I said we voted for Biden-Harris.
You voted for Biden-Harris. You didn't vote for Harris.
Listen. So can I finish my statement, or do you want to keep cutting me off? Right?
No.
Okay, we voted for Biden-Harris, which means that if Biden steps down, Harris steps up. That's what vice presidents do when presidents step down. Right. I don't know why that's not clear. I don't think you'd call that undemocratic in any other scenario. If it happened right now, right, say Donald Trump was assassinated and J.D. Vance stepped up, I wouldn't be calling that undemocratic. That's fucking insane, right?
Okay, well, but no. But
if Donald Trump stepped down and J.D. Vance stepped up, I wouldn't call that undemocratic. What I'd call undemocratic is him trying to send fake electors to the Electoral College to cast Trump votes when he didn't win, him trying to get Mike Pence to not certify the election results, him claiming the election was stolen with no sufficient evidence. 60-plus courts indicated no sufficient evidence, 17 of which appointed judges specifically by him.
Okay, 10,000 mules. Okay.
2,000 mules, and 2,000 mules was submitted in court and shown as not sufficient evidence to overturn the election. Nowhere even near. It was actually taken down from plenty of places because it was shown as misinformation, right? And it was debunked.
Okay, so hold on. So anyway, that's just my first point. But really, my main reason is the Kamala Harris's stance on gun control. That's my number one reason.
Okay, so my neck hurts from pivoting this much, but yes, we'll talk about the stance on guns. So what about, how do you feel about Trump wanting to doing the bump stock ban?
I'm against it.
Okay, so I appreciate the head mustache. Thank you so much. You care about our Constitution, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so a violation of Second Amendment for Trump, violation of Second Amendment for Kamala Harris. Cool.
Oh,
they're both the same. Now, Trump wants to violate the First Amendment. He wants to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag. So he wants to violate two amendments, and you're voting for the person that's violating more amendments than less amendments?
Let's talk about guns real quick. So I'm a libertarian. I'm voting on the less of two evils. So let's stick with guns. So Trump's gun policy is not as extreme as Kamala's. And so I just have to vote for that. Yeah, Kamala. Oh, okay.
Kamala.
Yeah, sorry. As dick breaths, I don't know what you want to call her, but
what'd you just say?
Dick breath, Kamala Harris.
Why are you referring to her that way? What the fuck is wrong with you? You just sound like a pig.
Because she's a piece of shit.
No, you know who's a piece of shit? You, the guy you're voting for. What the fuck? Why the hell would you say that? That's like the fucking weirdest shit ever. Yeah, get the fuck off my live. That was TikTok that flagged you, by the way, but you're fucking gross, dude. What a fucking weirdo. Like, you're really not passing what Wall said. I appreciate the head mustache. Thank you so much. You guys are fucking weird. You guys are really fucking weird.
Okay, I think I found kind of what it said, but basically, you can look it up. You can look at this too. But basically, what it summarized is that the San Francisco Weekly Post tried to ask for a public record request, and she said she didn't want to release it because it would give the victims' identities somehow. But all the other DAs didn't have a problem doing it. And she's the only DA that wouldn't cooperate. So I feel like that kind of proves.
No,
this
wait, no, wait, no. There's nowhere in this that says that she was the only DA that didn't do that. By the way, that's one thing. Two, as it relates to this, it literally in this article says Kamala Harris, quote unquote, Kamala Harris has been a staunch advocate on behalf of sexual assault victims, especially child sexual assault victims. The statement said, noting that she used her position as district attorney to create the first unit focused on child sexual assault cases in the office's history. So I like how you'll specifically read past that. You won't acknowledge that when you just sat there and you read it, but then you're going to sit there and you're going to try to say something that wasn't even listed in the AP News article. That's laughable.
No, it is. I know.
Where is it?
Scroll down. It starts with the San Francisco Weekly that they asked for a public record request, but she said no because it was to hide the victims' identities for some reason.
Wait, what's the issue with that?
Well, because it proves the story that...
And also, I don't see that. I don't see where it says San Francisco at the top. Appreciate the cap. Thank you so much. I'm scrolling down. There's no paragraph that says starts with San Francisco.
Okay, this guy said out of all the DAs, it also says this in the article, it says out of all the DAs, she's the only one that wouldn't cooperate with us. That definitely says that for sure.
Wait, by the way, you just said that it starts with that one thing. It didn't start with that. So I'll look for your second thing, but the first thing you said is on there. There's no paragraph that starts like that on the AP News article.
Yeah, no, it starts with about the same time, and then it says the San Francisco SF.
About the same time, the SF Weekly renewed the previous public records requests to the church documents on sexual abuse. Harris again refused to release them. I appreciate the paper. Thank you so much. Her office still adamant about the decision was made with the victims in mind. We're not interested in selling out our victims to look good in the paper.
Well, that's what
after Harris was elected, she avoided taking a stand on the Catholic Church's abuse problem, according to Pistelli and other advocates. They say the current state has been more aggressive in dealing with the issue. So she just didn't know about it. That's all it was.
Know about it because it just says she knew about it.
No, it didn't. It never said she knew about it. It just said that she never took a stand on the issue because she wasn't knowledgeable about it.
She just said she wouldn't release. No, but she didn't. She wouldn't release
That's in 2010. That's 2010. This is before what you're referencing. The same about the same time. The referencing of that. This is wait. Let me see. Hold up. I'd have to look because I don't see when it says about the same time. I'm not quite sure if it's because it says by 2010 Harris was running for a state attorney general, right?
I think this also referenced.
So Pistelli wrote her a second letter asking her to release the clergy personnel files. We all tell you this. And about the same time, the SF Weekly renewed a previous public records request for the church documents.
And on
so her office was the one that was saying that they're not releasing it because of this. It wasn't specifically Kamala Harris.
Yeah, but she's responsible for her office, right?
I mean, it could be. I'd have to see that though. Appreciate the gooses. Thank you so much, though.
I was trying to say that her office wasn't basically they weren't responding to him. He was he was a state spokesperson. So it wasn't just some random guy. It was a spokesperson hired by the state or hired for these people, and he was ignoring them. So how could he not know that a spokesperson is trying to come to you and speak to you about this, and she didn't see it? That seems really I don't think she just didn't see it because it wasn't just a random person coming at her. So isn't that kind of
I don't think you're going to see everyone, and especially with our history specifically on creating those particular the state of California's first sort of group against child sexual assault for victims, right? Specifically the first unit focused on child sexual assault cases in the history. It's obvious that she wouldn't want to not address child sexual assault.
Why would she not want to? Isn't that what she stands for?
That's exactly what I just said, right? So it's unlikely that it is the case that she was specifically trying to avoid it.
Well, her office did, and I don't know. Her office should be you can't just she's.
So what? Wait. So what is she supposed to do? Tell me, what is she supposed to say? The victims' names? What is she supposed to do?
Never properly addressed it, and she never said
properly addressed what? What is she supposed to say?
She never addressed on why they were ignored. She just said, "Oh, we don't want to release the victim," but she never addressed that these people were ignored through her office.
So these people. So she'd have to reference who the people are, right?
Reference what, the SA victims?
Yeah. How would she address this without going out and saying the names? Would she just say these victims have been negatively impacted?
She didn't say we didn't didn't like about ignoring the victim. She didn't.
Danielle, think of the dollar. No, she's just not saying that the victim's
But
name.
she's not proven like that she didn't like ignore, like she's not really proven that she didn't, or like what's it called? She's not proven against that.
Push the fruits around. Thank you so much.
She didn't
I think
ignore
you're
her.
just trying to look for something against her. You're not actually trying to like critique what she specifically did as an individual. Because all this is just keeping the victims in mind and not coming out specifically with like the names of the victims. Tell me like what specifically she could have done.
What?
Tell me what she could have done.
She didn't. Well, she didn't even address on why she ignored, or like why her office ignored them. Why did she not address that?
Why did she not address why her office didn't address this?
Yeah, and then she just no. But then when she gets asked about it, she says she doesn't want to release the or
The
doesn't want.
victim's name because of the victims.
Yeah, but then why did she not say anything about why they're ignored? Why did she not say that her office ignored her? Isn't that kind of weird?
Because
Like,
this was her office that responded to this, not her.
But yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. But why didn't she not? Like, she would have obviously probably had a whereabouts about it. She like probably knew about it. 'Cause
So when you're saying probably, okay, so did Trump probably know about the racial discrimination that his business was doing? Because they got direct orders from the boss, right, specifically to not rent to black people.
Well, that was her dad probably, or his dad, right?
So let's address this, right? Let's address this. Do you think that he's totally responsible for that? Or how about his businesses hiring undocumented immigrants? Do you think he's totally responsible for that?
Not totally.
Push the goose, thank you.
Probably
So if
somewhat.
he's not totally responsible for that, how is Kamala Harris totally responsible for this? He probably knew. Do you see what I'm saying here?
Yeah, but Kamala Harris, I'm not trying to argue about Trump. I'm more trying to argue why is Kamala Harris, she's saying, but like she's
Wait,
saying.
no, but Trump probably knew that these undocumented immigrants were going to be hired, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Why do you not know?
Because I don't know the context of that case. I didn't read that.
Oh, okay. So, but you know the
If
context of
I
this.
read that case, then-
But apparently you know the context of this.
'Cause I didn't read that case. Well, because I actually
Jesus Christ.
If I read that case, then I could probably.
You haven't read this case. You just read one article.
I read this. Yeah, I read this article. Sorry.
Okay.
But then, okay, what I'm trying to say is why she's. You're saying like Kamala Harris wants to stand, wants to do this, but then now she's like doing something else in her office, like the record.
Okay, well, yeah, Donald Trump stands against undocumented immigration, but his business is hired undocumented immigrants?
Hired on. I don't know the case about that, but I don't know if he was directly involved. I don't know the evidence.
Oh, okay, so
I think you're just trying to get me in something which I don't know, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna say I don't. Like I do know. Like other people do. I just don't know. So I
no,
don't know.
but like the thing is, you'll make this specific point specifically about Kamala Harris, but you won't make it about Donald Trump. So
Yeah.
if Donald Trump, if Kamala Harris knew everything about what was happening specifically as it relates to her office, right, with the people who work in her office, well then obviously Donald Trump's going to know that too. And if Donald Trump knows that, well then that's going to indicate that he was allowing for undocumented migrants to be hired by his company, even though he's saying that he's against that.
Yeah, I gotta look it up for myself. I'm not gonna just take somebody's word, right? So I don't know about that. That's why I'm telling you I'm not gonna answer because I don't know. I'm gonna talk about the stuff I do know. So
All right, so do you want to go look into that and then come back another time?
I mean, we could talk about. I don't know if you want to talk about anything else, but
Yeah, I'm good. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 72.
Are you voting Trump?
Hell no. been a
Based.
Democrat.
Based. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 250,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 21.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, because I feel like our economy was the best when Trump was in office. Like our
What's your
gas
birth year?
prices. 2003.
And you said you're how old?
21.
2003, 21. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, why are you voting Trump?
Well,
Danielle, think of the
because
dollar.
I feel like our economy was the best when he was in office, and like the gas prices were way lower, everything's went up, and how you say her name? Kamala? How you say
Kamala.
it? Kamala. Okay, well, she talks about what all she's going to do and this and that, but they didn't do anything while she's been vice president. So why are you going to do it now when she could have been done it?
She's actually been the most influential vice president throughout all of history. She had the most tie-breaking votes of any vice president in history. So she has done a lot. But you can't do everything as vice president. You obviously can advocate for more as president of the United States. Not only can you advocate for more as president of the United States, but it's mainly about influencing Congress to support particular legislation. Parker, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. So if it's about that, well, then it relies upon who exists in Congress. But she can be there to sign things whenever it's there.
Okay, so why are you voting for her?
Yeah, so I am voting for her because she hasn't been held civilly liable of sexually assaulting a woman, of defamation, of fraud. She doesn't have 34 felonies that she's been convicted of. She didn't try to overthrow the government by specifically getting Mike Pence to not certify the election results and trying to send fake electors to the Electoral College to cast Trump votes when she didn't win. She didn't specifically try to restrict women's access to abortion. She didn't call for a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. Plenty of things.
Yeah, but also she's talking about the border, but she was the person assigned to the border this whole time, and we've had an open border with thousands of illegal immigrants coming in. You know that Brazil emptied their jails and dumped all their prisoners over here.
Thank you for the $1.11. Okay, so actually there are plenty of fact checks indicating that's wrong. There's not a single source indicating that the people from jails are specifically coming here. 1, 2, we have the same level of border crossings right now as we did at the end of Trump's administration. So if there's a border crisis right now, then there was the border crisis at the end of Trump's administration. Thirdly, as it relates to this, undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens, multiple times less likely to commit violent crime. Okay, and then we don't have open borders, and she didn't specifically oversee everything as it relates to the border. She specifically had authority over like diplomatic relations with South and Central American countries to like increase the quality and standards of those countries. Appreciate the goose, thank you. To decrease the likelihood that they would want to come here. She didn't have like a border czar or anything like that people were claiming. And then also they didn't pass any policy to open the border. So.
Okay, but are you okay with living how we're living right now? You're okay buying groceries, buying food, doing all that? It doesn't bother you, the prices?
The prices weren't caused by the Biden-Harris administration. I don't like the prices at the point they are, but the point I'm making is that it's not caused by the president.
Well,
That's
I never
something
said
they
it was
inherited
caused
because this is happening.
specifically by them.
Well, Jay, did you know that there's been global inflation? The same level of inflation happened in Europe, it happened in Asia, it happened in Africa, it happened in South and Central America, it happened everywhere around the world. So it's not a uniquely American problem. You can look at global inflation rates, look at it right next to the inflation rates here in the United States, you can see it on the same trend. Same trend.
Everywhere?
Yeah, literally everywhere. Within 1 or 2%. Like, there was increases 2021, 2022. Right, and then obviously it's gone down since then. We've had one of the fastest recoveries as it relates to inflation. Thank you for the hand arts.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like she wouldn't be a good role for president.
Okay, why would she be a good vote for president?
I said I feel like she just wouldn't, because, like I said, our economy was better when Trump was in office, and I know that.
So at the end of 2020, when like a million people died in the United States, we had 14.8% unemployment, the most since the Great Depression.
That was because of COVID.
Oh, okay, but the point you're acknowledging then is that you don't blame Trump for a global pandemic, but you are blaming Biden-Harris for global inflation.
I mean,
doesn't that sound a little hypocritical to claim?
It does when you put it that way. It does.
Okay. So so given that being the case, like what policy of Trump's is going to like fix this issue? Like to make inflation better off?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into that, but here was
I can tell you what's going to make it worse. He wants tariffs. Tariffs cause inflation. The reason why they cause inflation is because it's a tax on goods coming into the country.
It's a tax on goods coming into the country.
Yep, which is mostly passed to the consumer. If you look at tariffs, out of all the taxes that exist, it passes almost the most onto the consumer out of almost any tax you can put on the economy. So it causes inflation.
Okay, but here's one thing I want to say. So Trump said that he wanted to do the no tax on tips, and everybody said, "Oh, that's a bad thing. That's going to be horrible. It's going to cost us millions." But then as soon as she said it, she was like, "I'm going to do no tax on tips." Everybody's like, "Oh my God, so great, so great."
Yeah, so like there are a lot of issues with no tax on tips, in terms of how they're going to flesh it out in Congress, but both sides supports it. Okay, so yeah, I think it's a political move. I think that both sides are supporting no tax on tips because it's politically advantageous.
Do you think no tax on tips would be a good thing?
It can be in certain contexts, but like that could apply to me. And are you saying people like me shouldn't have to pay any taxes?
No, but like on tips, I feel like it shouldn't be taxed on tips.
I get tips. All the money I make is through tips.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I should pay no taxes.
Not on the tips, you shouldn't.
Okay. You know what? Base.
Because they gave that to you.
Okay, all right. Okay, if I should pay no taxes, hey, shit. Okay. Thank you for the cap. Thank you so much. You know, that'd be great. I'd love to pay no taxes. You know.
No taxes on your tips because
I only make money through tips. So let's go.
Listen, if you're a server and you're serving a table and they tip you $10, why should you have to pay taxes on that? That's your $10 they gave to you.
Appreciate the fireworks. Thank you so much, Lee. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think you can do no tax on tips up to a particular point. I think that makes sense. Appreciate the relax. Thank you so much. Because I think that tips are a huge way that the middle class like helps pay for things, and I think that's a good thing. I want to help the middle class. So having it tailored specifically to affect people in the middle class and having it capped at a particular point probably is the best way to do it. Because otherwise, you're going to get people like me where I get tax-free. Janelle, thank you for the $5 tax-free. Thank you so much. Like, tell me that isn't a bit ridiculous that, like, I wouldn't have to pay any taxes. Josh, thank you for the $3 tip. Thank you so much. Like, that is a little ridiculous, right? Like, that streamers wouldn't have to pay any taxes?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. It could be to a certain extent, but I still feel like they shouldn't have to pay that much because it's given specifically to them. It's not like through a corporation.
Okay, so
or anything.
I mean, everyone's giving me money specifically to me, so you think I should pay no taxes?
Not on that money if they're giving it to you.
Parker, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Paid by the DOJ. Thank you so much. Thank you for the roses. Thank you so much, Tara. Okay, you know what? Okay, all right. You know, if you want me to pay no taxes, I'm not gonna say no. You know, I'm not gonna say no. But like, yeah, no. The point I'm making is that like there obviously can be issues with no tax on tips policy, like how you set it up, and like there are gonna have to be ways that they put it in to like Congress to like, you know, work it that way. But it's just bipartisan agreement. Like if both sides say no tax on tips, well then what's really the argument? I think everyone who was critiquing it before is just like, you know, not making the right point then, like against like one person in terms of a party like Trump or like Harris. If you're arguing against no tax on tips, you're arguing against both of them, which is totally legitimate.
That's true. What about when she said she was going to give people, their families, like $26,000 to take for their kid to go to college and all that?
Oh, so it was $25,000 subsidy for new homes, right?
Yeah,
so,
for the new
specifically,
homes.
That's meant to subsidize the development of new homes. So, like, to build housing. Veronica, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
No, in the video, the lady that was at one of her like convention things, she said that it's going to help put her kid through college, and they can both get new houses. Like they can put it down on their new house, and both their kids will have houses.
Well, it's $25,000 that they don't have to put into a house, and it's $25,000 that they can put into their education. So maybe they mean that. I don't know the clip you're referencing.
Okay, but so like with that's not a good idea, I don't think, to me.
Why? That's meant to stimulate the development of new houses. That's what we need.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, nothing's free. So you're giving them $25,000 so they don't have to put that on a house, and they can get a house.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, the taxpayers still have to pay for that $25,000.
What'd you say?
At the end of the day, the taxpayers will still have to pay for that $25,000. Somebody has to pay for it, and we're already in debt.
Wait, no tax on tips we have to pay for. Yeah, and you understand that Trump added more to the debt than under the Biden-Harris administration?
No.
You'd rather be sending this to weapons of war and bombs and stuff than sending it here home to people who need it?
I mean, no, but I feel like we should try to focus on paying off our debt to other countries and stuff like that first.
Most of our debt is held by United States citizens in their savings accounts. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. So like it's the 35 trillion number. That's our overall debt, including debt that American citizens hold, including debt from foreign countries. Most of it, again, is held by United States citizens, so it's not as big of an issue as people make it out to seem in that aspect. The biggest issue with the debt is the interest payments on the debt. Like the fact that we got to pay like hundreds of billions of dollars a year in interest payments is the biggest issue. It's like a lagging indicator of the debt. And that's why I think that the debt is a problem, because we could be using those hundreds of billions of dollars per year on like expanding healthcare, on like, ending homelessness, on like all these things that we would need. So when Trump adds money to the debt, okay, they just left. All right, let's go to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, hey, Parker. I'm 37.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
We've talked a million times. I haven't seen you in a while.
Have we talked on this topic?
Yeah, not since Harris has been aboard.
I guess this is a different conversation. So yeah, go for it.
Definitely is. So how do you feel? Oh, also, you never responded to my Instagram message. I sent you that picture of Biden sniffing and groping my mom.
Piggly thing with $2. Whoa, when? What the
Remember?
fuck?
And remember when we talked and you told me you sent me that picture and I said, okay, I'll send it to you. I don't want you to show anybody. But yeah, I sent that to you.
Wait, what's your name? I'll find it.
Tori from the block.
Tori from the block. How long ago did you send it?
I don't know, maybe like a month ago.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I don't see anything from that name from a month ago.
Maybe 2 months ago. It's been a while.
They get deleted by that time.
It deletes?
Yeah. All of my, I get too many messages where they start deleting them after a month.
I'll send it to you again.
I don't get any messages that were from over a month ago.
I'll send it to you again, but I mean, it doesn't matter because Biden's not the candidate anymore.
Yeah, so would you vote for Kamala Harris?
Hell no.
Why not?
First of all, how do you feel that you got no say in who your candidate is going to be? They straight up told you who your candidate is going to be.
I'm so happy that Kamala Harris is our candidate.
You just followed. That's funny. Because all this time talking to you, we've talked a couple of times, you've never mentioned your like of Kamala Harris. Never.
I've always said, even prior to Kamala Harris being the candidate, even prior to Biden stepping down, that Kamala Harris is preferable to Joe Biden, and that I would prefer Kamala Harris over Joe Biden, and that I would want Joe Biden to step down. I've always said that, like literally always.
It's funny because I've always said the opposite. Like I was the biggest person on Joe Biden even 5 years ago. Joe Biden is not well, and he clearly wasn't. But I always found Harris to be worse because she is younger, supposed to be with it, and she still makes less sense than he does. She doesn't.
She makes total sense. She makes total sense. That's so ridiculous.
Have you seen her speak?
Yeah. Did you just fall out of a coconut tree?
It's called word salad.
You just gotta like exist in the context, and maybe you'll understand.
I don't know what that means.
No, you'll understand.
No, I don't.
She makes total sense.
She makes no sense. She was asked if she'd ever been to the border when that was her main job.
She has been to the border.
Never went to the border.
She did. In 2021.
Was cocky as hell about it.
June 2021.
She don't give a shit about Americans.
Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much, Ocean. So why did Trump block the border bill? Why do you get people in Congress to not vote for the border bill? Because
there were so many other things attached to it. It's like a game.
Wasn't there a solo border bill as well?
They wanted to come up with a bill so that they could say, oh, Trump denied this because they attached too many other things to it that didn't make sense.
Wait, but those things got passed anyway, and yet he still didn't support the bill.
It's all smoke and mirrors, the Democrat Party, okay?
What are the smoke and what are the mirrors?
Well, you guys, she's now running on fixing all these things that she helped destroy. This country's in shambles.
Like, what did she destroy?
War. We're about to be in a civil war. What do you mean? What did she destroy? Middle America or lower middle America is in shambles, which is me. I have no savings. I can't save. All my money goes to rent, bills, yada, yada, yada. Everything's increasing nonstop. And now she's like,
None of this was caused by the Kamala Harris.
When I'm president, I'll fix that. Then why do these people claim that they'll be able to fix it when they're president?
So she's not claiming she can fix everything. What she's claiming is that she can try to make it more affordable. Now, as it relates to this, we acknowledge that there's been global inflation. There's inflation literally in Europe and Africa and Asia, everywhere around the world. Okay, so this is not a uniquely American problem. It was not caused by the Biden-Harris administration. It's something they inherited. The same way that you don't blame Trump for COVID, you acknowledge that it's something that he inherited. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. In terms of the effect on the economy.
How is she claiming that she's going to fix things? And I love when she says that too, because you're in office now. Fix it now.
Yeah, so she can't fix everything as it relates to that. She can advocate for things, which she's doing for now, and she's been doing, and she can sign things into law as president. Right now, again, she can do that, but she requires Congress. Okay.
She's an idiot. She's gonna drive the country more
how
than Biden did.
How about Trump, specifically with the wall? How come he couldn't get the wall done?
Probably Congress.
Whoa, okay, there you go. So you require Congress. But he had both the House and the Senate for 2 years. Appreciate the cap. Thank you so much.
He built a lot of the wall. And look how
much
things
of the wall?
were. And look how things were then.
How much?
There weren't
how much
illegal
of the?
immigrants?
How much new wall did he build?
Killing, raping, taking up our funds.
How much new wall did he build?
I don't have the acreage.
3.7%.
Okay.
So
how
about
did you know
49
that off the
miles.
top of your head?
Because I've looked it up before and I brought it up.
Do you have a little iPad right there where you're researching these little facts?
No. I'm literally sitting here just talking to you.
I don't know. I think you're Biden. You got like a little bug in your ear telling you what to say.
That's so sad that you literally are grasping for that. Just because
It's probably Harry.
Deplorable. I literally have these conversations every day. Of course I'm going to remember that, especially if I like this. I love these conversations. I easily remember this stuff. It becomes very natural to me. So if I hear it 1 or 2 times, I'm going to remember it.
So how much acreage is it?
No, there was about 49 to 52 miles. That's about the range that I've seen. That's of new wall. They refurbished other parts of the wall, right, which would make up around 450 miles or something like that, which is about 23% of the wall. But that's not new wall. That's just refurbishment.
And do you acknowledge that there's a crisis at the border?
I don't think there's a crisis right now.
No?
No, because there wasn't a crisis at the end of Trump's administration. Because we have the same border crossing numbers. We actually have lower border crossing numbers right now than we did at the end of Trump's administration.
And that's a big fat lie. That's what that is.
That's
a Democrat lie. That's you guys say certain things to people and just expect them to believe it when everyone knows it's a freaking lie.
Wait, I have a question. Is the Biden-Harris administration responsible for Molly Tippett's death? Appreciate the marvelous confetti. She got killed by an undocumented immigrant.
Probably.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't know her case, so I'm not just gonna make up shit. But
no, you just think because it happens under administration, it's caused by them, right?
Well, did the illegal immigrant come in under their watch?
Yeah. So they came in under their watch and they killed Molly Tibbetts. Now, do you believe that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are responsible for that?
Responsible? No. Liable? Probably, yeah.
Okay, so that actually happened under Trump's administration.
And that's why I asked you that. You straight up lied to me. It's called gaslighting.
Is Trump liable?
No, you're such a joke.
Is Trump liable?
See, this is where I don't know, because Trump is the one that wants... No, hear me out, because Trump is the one that is trying to fix things at the border.
No, he's not. He actually got people in Congress to not vote for the border bill. Even people like Lindsey Graham acknowledge this.
He acknowledges there's an issue there. They do not.
No, Lindsey Graham literally said that Trump tried to block the border bill. Donald Trump himself says he tried to block the border bill. Everyone acknowledges that he tried to block the border bill. You're the only person not acknowledging that.
The border bill was a facade.
No, it wasn't. It was literally Republican-backed border bill.
The border bill was a coup.
It was backed by the Border Patrol. Girl, it was literally a right-wing policy.
I don't think so.
It literally was. That's a fact.
No, like, see what I mean? Like,
Who wrote the bill? Wait, look at the person who wrote the bill. Look at the person who wrote the bill. Langford? He's a Republican.
A rhino.
Ah.
Yeah.
Everyone on the right that you disagree with is just a rhino. Is Mitt Romney? Is Mitt Romney a rhino? Is John McCain a rhino? Are they both rhinos?
I wasn't really into
Is Mike Pence? Is Mike Pence a rhino?
Oh, for sure.
Bill Barr's a rhino. Everyone that goes against Trump is a rhino.
Because Trump is the new Republican Party. Okay?
Andrew, thank you for the $20 from the DNC. Sorry I didn't get invited to the DNC. I was kind of sad about that. That'd be fun to go to, honestly. I'm paid by the DNC, but I didn't get to go. It's really sad. Cameron, thank you for the $10. And Katie, thank you so much for the $50. I appreciate the super. Thank you so much, probably. And Chris is there too, but I didn't get invited. But Katie, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much, Katie. Give me some W's for Katie in the comment section right now. Thank you so much.
You're the better streamer out of Harry. I don't know who Chris is, but
that's subjective. But
so it's totally subjective. But Harry's annoying to talk to.
Yeah. So like, did you get my points there?
Yeah, I mean, in between you shouting thanks for the money, but
I did it one time. You
did it like 6 times, bro.
I just did thank you literally right then. I just answered I said thank you to a few people. I said it was 3 people. I said thank you to.
So question, are you not allowing people on your live multiple times?
Yeah, I don't really do that. Appreciate Little Girl, thank you so much. I really only do like one time because I don't want to do the same conversations over and over again.
Oh, okay.
And I want to do people because there's always like 100 people in my guest box, and if I kept talking to the same people, I wouldn't be able to get to everyone or get to more.
Yeah. I'm a good guest, though, even though your chat
Well, it's because we haven't talked about under Kamala Harris, so I mean, it's a different conversation.
I would like to come back on again, though, because right now I'm about to go to work, so I couldn't really give you my...
For sure.
Couldn't really give you my full personality here, because I'm trying to be, like, quiet, so...
Okay, for sure.
But yeah, MAGA 2024, let's go, baby. Make America great again.
Oh, God. All right, get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump, y'all. But thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, thank you for the little crowd. Thank you so much, Kate. I really appreciate that. Let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, sorry, I pressed that by accident.
You're fine, don't worry. All right, let's get this next person up. Type MAGA in the comment section right now if you want to be brought up. Type MAGA in the comment section right now if you want to be brought up. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Thank you for the hand art. Thank you so much. Yo, thank you so much for the corgi. I appreciate it. Yo, chat, if I'm DNC paid, okay, how the hell did they not invite me to the DNC? Can someone explain that to me? Why did they not invite me to the DNC? Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, are you voting Trump?
Yeah.
Thank you for the confetti. Thank you so much. Oh, why so?
Well, maybe we could start by reverting back to your border discussion. Since I have experience there, I spent a lot of time working there. I'm not going to get too specific on that one, but we can have a conversation.
Okay, do you think there's a border crisis right now?
Yeah, in my opinion, there's been a border crisis for as long as I was there. I would call it a crisis just by the sheer number of people coming, people dying on their way to get here.
So even under Trump?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Thank you so much. Okay, so why didn't Trump fix the border crisis?
So I think what people don't understand is that immigration law hasn't changed that much through any of these presidents, going back to Obama. But the way that things are enforced is a top-down, like from the current admin